My birthday was last week, and I celebrated by spending time with family, going camping, and then also just hanging out at home and focusing on rest and relaxation. Today was my first real getting back into the swing of things type of day. I spent time recording my podcast, and I also had a vendor meeting tonight. My busiest market season ever starts in about 2 weeks. And right now, honestly, it feels like the calm before the storm in the best way possible. Hey, friend. Welcome back to Sparkle and Shine. I'm your host, Cassandra, and this is the podcast where we talk about building a small business, chasing your dreams, and learning the real lessons along the way. Each week, I'll be sharing what I'm learning in my own business, the wins, the struggles, and the lessons that come along with it. So if you're building something of your own too, you're definitely in the right place. All right, let's get into today's episode. Life lately kind of feels like I'm in reset mode. So this week has felt a little bit slower. I'm not really forcing a lot of productivity, and I'm trying to ease back into things naturally. Today, my work mostly consisted of packing orders, some podcast work. I had a vendor meeting, and really, I'm just trying to mentally reconnect with all of the business stuff. As I'm getting ready for my market season, I realize that most of my prep work is actually already done. Most of my inventory is ready. My booth plans are all figured out, and this year feels more organized than previous years. In the past, I'd be scrambling, there'd be a bunch of last minute prep, and I just would constantly feel like I was behind and not ready. This year, I'm still feeling a little nervous of how the season will actually end up going, but I feel more prepared and I'm trying to enter summer differently. I still mentally feel behind sometimes, even when realistically I'm way more prepared than I used to be. Moving along, there have been a couple little reminders of some momentum happening in my business. So, the first little story I want to share is when I was driving up north to go camping for my birthday. All of a sudden, at one of the places we had stopped, I noticed a Shopify notification popped up on my phone. And it was because my sister had ordered a mystery grab bag to help celebrate my birthday. Those little notifications make me excited every single time. It doesn't matter how small the order is, who the order's from. Every order that comes through, that notification just lights me up, and I appreciate every single one of you who's ordered from me over the years. All right, so fast forward a couple days later. I looked down at my phone and I had seen another Shopify notification. This time I had gotten an order from California, and it was from somebody that I didn't know. It was a stranger. So immediately, I checked the fraud risk on Shopify. You can never be too careful. You want to make sure you're not getting those high risk orders. But, anyways, I tried to figure out how this customer had found me. I looked through my followers on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and I didn't see anybody with the name that was listed on the order. So, I'm not exactly sure how she found me. But online sales sometimes can feel weird or random to me. Most of my sales still happen at in-person events. So it is kind of cool realizing that people can quietly find my business. And sometimes little moments remind you that things are still moving even when growth feels quiet. Although I don't think things are going to feel quiet for much longer because my busy season is almost here. Tonight I had a vendor meeting for one of the weekly events I'll be doing this summer. I got to kind of meet some of the other vendors that would be there, as well as kind of just learn how the operations will go for this weekly event. And at the very end, we got our booth assignments. So this event starts in just under 2 weeks. The season is starting to feel real. It's about to get real busy real quick. Summer is always kind of a weird mix of excitement, nerves, exhaustion, adrenaline, but I do have goals for this season. I plan on staying more organized. I want to protect my energy better than I have in the past. I'm really focused on pacing myself and not burning myself out. But by being better prepared, I want to be able to enjoy the season more while I'm continuing working to build visibility. One of the things I'm doing to prepare myself is also batching some of my podcast episodes ahead of time. I normally record on Wednesday evenings. However, this weekly market that I went to the meeting for is a Wednesday evening market. So I do have to adjust the times that I'm recording. And I'm trying to create a little breathing room for myself now before all the chaos starts. So as we begin to wrap things up, I'm reminding myself that this week wasn't super exciting or groundbreaking, but it honestly just felt like a little reset before summer gets busy. It's a chance to slow down for a minute before I jump back into the market season. Sometimes business isn't huge launches or giant breakthroughs. Sometimes it's packing one order, it's going to a vendor meeting, it's restocking inventory, preparing behind the scenes, and slowly getting ready for what's next. And as I continue to reflect, those little Shopify notifications this last week genuinely made me smile. Not because they were massive sales, but because they were little reminders that my business is still reaching people. And I think right now, I'm just trying to appreciate the quieter moments before summer really gets busy again. So I want to know, what season of business are you in right now? Are you in a busy season, a rebuilding season, a resting season, or even a preparation season? Send me a DM over on Instagram and let me know. I truly love hearing from you, and I love seeing what you're working on and cheering you on. Well, friend, that's all for today. I want to thank you for listening, and I hope you'll join me again next week where we're going to be celebrating the 1 year anniversary of this podcast. I can't even believe it's been a year already. Until next time, keep showing up with heart, believe in yourself, and keep shining.